Hey everyone, welcome to a new series that I'm going to be doing, Anime versus Manga, where I take a series that has both an anime and a manga, and I compare and contrast them. And I tell you, in my opinion, which one I prefer and for what reasons. This time, we're starting off with Samurai Champloo. Now, for Champloo specifically, the anime came first. It was directed by Shinichiro Watanabe, the also director of 𝐀𝐫𝐶𝐫 𝐒𝐽. And 𝐀𝐫𝐶𝐫 𝐒𝐽 is one of those classic animes that everyone should see at least once. So you would expect that Samurai Champloo would be equally as good, and in my opinion, it is. And my personal preference, it actually goes above and beyond what 𝐵𝑒𝑏𝑜P was for me. And I'll tell you a little bit more about why in a second. So when the anime came out, we also got, it kind of just exploded. There was a whole bunch of stuff. We had video games, the soundtracks, of course. There were action figures for a little bit, and we got this manga here. You know, it even says, based on the hit anime, right there. So the anime did come first. It ran from 2004, I think spring 2004 to maybe summer 2005. So it was only about a year. There were 27 episodes. 26 episodes, sorry, 26, that didn't seem right. 26 episodes, and it is basically a story about, it's about a journey. Instead of trying to get to someplace and having it conclude with this big grandiose battle or anything like that, it's almost like the entirety of it is filler, but in a good way. Because they get to focus on individual stories throughout the larger story. And that, to me, is a more exciting, it makes for a better plot. You can pick it up and watch it, or read it, wherever it is. You don't have to start from episode 1, technically, you know? But about the versions themselves, Tokyo Pop published the manga. It was done by Manglobe. And retails for $10, as all Tokyo Pop things did. And they had volumes 1 and 2, and then they reprinted them when these ones ran out into one big omnibus format. So that's what you're going to see nowadays, if you can see it at all. I mean, it's over 10 years old. Manglobe also did the DVDs, or the anime. Genon produced the DVDs, but now Funimation has the rights for it. So they've got them all instead of this big bulky collection that I did when I first got them. Funimation now has their anime classics, I think they're called, where it's all in a nice, awesome box set. But aside from it being an adventure story of them going on a journey, it also had this fun, humorous element to it, where I laughed out loud multiple times watching Samurai Champloo.
ここへ来てリタイア続出。まさにサバイバルゲーム。最後に残るのは一体誰なんでしょうか。
いいか、刀がかかってるんだぞ。食うんだ。
おっと、また一人ダウンだ。
And some episodes are more famous than others. They don't just throw it in willy-nilly. They have planned, it's constructed, and it makes for some awesome episodes. And you don't get bored that way, because there's a butt-kicking episode right next to a hilarious episode, right next to a kind of dramatic, sad episode, and then another butt-kicking episode. And it just kind of repeats that pattern, which is really cool. The meaning of the word Champloo is something I get asked a lot from tons of people. Samurai Champloo, another word for Champloo, is fusion. It's literally a samurai fusion, where you have Mugen, who, at the time the series takes place, which is the Edo period, Mugen represents the future, or our present time. Fu would represent Edo's present, whereas Jin represents Edo's past. Very formal, very traditional So the idea behind Samurai Champloo, it's a samurai fusion of all these 3 time periods meshing together. But also, it is a fusion of anime style, Japanese culture, and hip-hop culture, where Bebop did the same thing with its soundtrack. Samurai Champloo copied it to this soundtrack here, and we have different hip-hop elements in Samurai Champloo. Everyone says there are 5 elements of hip-hop. We have rap, DJing, graffiti, breakdancing, and
Come on!
beatboxing. And each individually, they will take one of those elements and incorporate it somehow into the series. And some are more prevalent than others. For instance, the entire soundtrack is a hip-hop soundtrack. So you get that hip-hop feel throughout the entirety of the series. Aside from the series opening, Battle Cry by 𝐁𝐫𝐴ZE and Shingo 2, there are different pieces of the anime that incorporate rap lyrics.
Yo! On the peaks in the snow, he's a spooky mofo. Everything's gone a loony cause the mountain's haunted by Yoshitsune.
Oh,
it's gotta be the ghost!
Yoshitsune.
Yeah, boy.
Who's that? Who do they mean?
He's fat, he's fly, he's tall as a sky. Always grabs his rocks when the bitches walk by.
All of Mugen's fighting techniques and style are elements of breakdancing, emphasized in the beginning of the anime, and then all throughout. The series uses disc scratching as scene transitioning. All that being said, I have to pick the anime as far as which one is better. It's able to incorporate hip-hop culture seamlessly into every single episode. I loved it, and I will still rewatch episodes to this day. It's funny, action-packed, great animation, amazing soundtrack, good story, definitely kept me captivated. I give it a 9 out of 10. Whereas the manga, maybe 5 out of 10. Honestly, isn't good. If it didn't have the Samurai Champloo name, it wouldn't be worth anything. Before you guys go, I just wanted to thank you for tuning into my new anime versus manga series. I'll be doing a lot more episodes and I have a lot of ideas, but I want to hear from you which episode or which series that you think would be best for me to tackle on this show. So if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. And as always, I will catch you guys later.